Our family's 2 weeks in Fiji is coming to an end. We have loved having everyone here. What a treat for us and hopefully for them. Our last stop is Nandi to explore the market and the Hindu temple. Then we make a few more stops before preparing to leave Fiji.
Decker, what are you doing over there? Last night in Fiji, what do?
Cheers.
Have some Fiji gold!
We are at Buddha Marina. It's on the north side of Nandi. I came up here a couple reasons. Yeah, get some work done on the boat. I just had some guys come out and they did some gel coating for us and replaced the clutch that I had broke, I don't know, a month or so back. So got that all done. We're also here because our friends Dan and Jean are here, and in 2 days it's Dan's 65th birthday. So we're gonna.
65th.
What?
65th.
That's what I said, 65th.
Right, you said 56.
No, he looks 65. Come on.
Oh, makes me, don't you say that.
Anyways, so they're having a birthday party for him on Monday night. Today's Saturday, so stick around here a few more days. But we decided, since we're here, might as well go for a walk. We did like a 5-mile walk when we were at Denarel last week. Now this place up here is more out in the boonies, so I don't know if we're gonna see anything, but it's just good to get some exercise. And we're coming here at 9:30 because summer's around the corner and it's getting hot here. So we wanted to come early before it gets too bad. Who knows? We might find something cool. We'll see. Well, you can see, not real picturesque part of Fiji we're in. We're at the Petro fuel station. That explains why all the tankers were out in the bay the other day. No.
Bus behind you.
We did find a nice viewpoint on our walk. That's why I'm thinking this is kind of a high-end district. Pretty nice house there. This area's got a lot of land. So far, the biggest disappointment on this walk is we just passed a spa and it's closed. They should know better. Should have known we were coming. I mean, it's been a week since we've had a massage. We're way overdue. We might have just gotten a 2-hour one. Well, it's a busy road here. A lot of commercial vehicles, but maybe they'll be open on our way back. We're just a mile into our walk. And on the way back, I think it's definitely be time. Yeah, we're definitely high end now. This villa is behind a big gate. I don't know, it's probably at least 15 acres of land, maybe more. We had a big Hindu shrine out front of the gate, or actually just behind the gate. It's kind of amazing what you stumble into. We made it to the village and we stopped at the little grocery store just to get some water, and I always need a snack, so I got some Oreos. Boy, were we popular with the kids. Hey, They all come over and say hi. I mean, friendly as can be. I mean, that's what you gotta love about this kind of community. But shared some Oreos with them and got to talk to them, meet them a little bit. It was just kind of a great experience. Now we got our 2.5 mile walk back. Water's gonna help. Definitely the Oreos helped. Well, I'm gonna date myself here. Walking along. And can you see that? Name that movie that you saw stuff like that. Do you have an idea? Cindy? That's right out of Planet of the Apes, the original one with Charlton Heston.
I wasn't allowed to watch that.
You weren't allowed to watch that?
No,
That was too much for your family?
too much. My mother thought it was not a child-appropriate movie.
Well, I could see, because that's straight out of the hunting for the human scene. That's the Mountain of the Sleeping Giant. It's hard to tell, but right there is the head. On the other side of that is where we went into the mud baths. So here we are, it's still 1.5 miles from the coast. And I don't think that this attraction is going to do much business. That's like one of those semi-submersible submarines. They got glass windows. I don't know. What do you think? Got much of a chance? Those people behind us are checking out of the country. Look at that boat. Isn't that a beauty? Awful low though. I don't know if I'd want to be in heavy seas with him. But we just did a 5.25 mile hike. Time to head back to Remission. I think I'm going to take a swim and a float. Maybe even make some ice cream. This is so amazing that they're going to put that in there. No way. You couldn't pay me enough to be down there. This is the bottom paint off of Lucky Dog, our friends, and that they had a power wash, and they have a soft paint, one that you really can't touch on it. But they're repainting their bottom, so he says, well, saved me a lot of work by getting it all off. So Dan and Jean are gonna stay here for a little while before they head down to New Zealand by plane. How cute little bungalows here at Voodoo Marina.
Well, we loved our time at Voodoo Marina, especially spending time with our friends Jean and Dan. But now we're back off to Musket Cove to do a little more hiking before we end up having to leave Fiji.
Beautiful morning for a hike. All around Malolo Island. And this time we can actually call it a hike, because we're doing a little bit of climbing. How you liking this hike so far?
I'm not sure I like the frogs.
You didn't like the frog or the crab that came at you?
Crab, he nearly climbed over my feet.
The frogs or the crab?
The crab.
Oh.
The frogs jump right in front of you and you almost step on them.
And these frogs are actually toads that actually will secrete a little toxin. So you get some numb feet.
Well, I already have enough toxin in my body.
No, there you go. And she's not talking about me. I'm hoping this little trail leads to a good viewpoint. I would say it did lead to a good viewpoint.
On both sides.
Gorgeous. Love being in Fiji. Doesn't get much better than this. You guys need to come join us. This view could be yours too. Got a pretty good climb here. Heart rate jumped to 116. What was yours? 122. But look what it reveals. Do you think it gets much better than this? I don't think so. Fiji, you didn't disappoint. The adventure continues. We're kind of hoping we can get down to the beach, but who knows? It's all about the journey. And we're out here in the middle of nowhere. It's nice to see that they've planned for development. Or maybe it's not nice, but we got water and we just passed a power station a little bit ago. Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna get to the beach. Unless you want to bushwhack. I'm not ready.
What do you mean you didn't bring your machete?
Well, I didn't know we were going into the tundra. Tundra? Maybe not in Fiji.
Jungle.
Jungle, or the bush.
The bush.
Now, time to head back.
Leaves.
There's a beautiful view. Especially when we got Remission out there, highlighting the view. Can you pick her out? I can. There's another beautiful villa of Malolo. So this is Muscat Cove Resort, where you can rent these villas on the water. So all these villas we've been showing, give you a little explanation of how it works. The land is owned by the village and can never be sold. So no matter what, it will always belong to the village. But the village does have an option to do a leasehold, to where, say, I could come in and say, hey, I want this particular lot. And if the chief says, okay, we're willing to list it to you and sell it to you or lease it to you, then what's nice is that at that point, the government steps in. And then government will do a valuation of the land and say, okay, the lease is worth $1 million. If you agree on it and the chief agrees on it, you can lease it. And the lease time frame usually is 99 years, but it can depend on all the parties involved. It can be just less than that. And so let's say I get a 30-year lease. I own the land, or I lease the land, and then I can build on that land. And if I build one of these villas, if I put like $2 million into it, I own that villa. I don't own the land, but I own that villa. And at the end of my lease, now we have a choice to make. The owner of the villa can go back to the chief and say, hey, I want to extend it. And the chief can say yes or no. If the chief says, no, we want the land back, then the government steps back in. This is what's really nice, is that the government does an assessment. It says, all right, the structure now is worth $3 million. Now the chief has got to pay you back that $3 million. And if the chief says, now I want to go ahead and extend the lease, it's too bad, because now the power goes to the leaseholder. He can say, no, I want the $3 million. You didn't want to lease it to me. I want my money. Or they can negotiate another lease. What's nice about the government here is it protects both the landowner and the lessee, so that nobody feels like they got screwed. And it makes it so that foreign investment is much more likely to happen here, because they know both ends are protected. Just kind of a neat and interesting way Fiji does it. So Cindy, what were you just saying?
love these orange trees. They're my favorite. It signifies dry season. And this one goes with the orange tractor.
Well, I'm glad that they could match the tarp to the trees. What was that?
It's a bougainvillea just out wild. It's beautiful.
This place is amazing.
A fork in the road. Which way you want to go?
Well, if we go that way, we might get to that beach. If we go that way, we might get to the bar. I know which one I'd pick.
We're going to the beach.
Wasn't my first choice. So we went the beach route. And what does it say? No access. I think we need to turn around and go to the bar. What do you think? Yeah. Cindy says that we're going this way instead. I don't know, she just has something against going to the bar at 9 a.m. You would have thought I would have taught her better by now. Hey, in Fiji time, isn't it 5 o'clock? So continuing down this path, we actually made it to the village on the island. Very peaceful in this area. I would imagine most of them work at the resort. Kind of cool. Oh, and they even got a rugby field over here. These trees are incredible. Well, I don't think they play rugby here, seeing how that's a runway. Well, we had a nice 5-mile walk around the island. Now it's time to go play in the ocean. I mean, that's why we're here, right?
We ended up heading back to Denarau Marina for another 10 days, this time because Cindy was bitten by some nasty mystery bug, and it resulted in a serious infection that caused multiple hospital visits. See you next week on Sailing Remission.
You know, God promised man an obedient woman would be at all 4 corners of the earth. Then he went and made the world round. Don't you hate it when people say you don't have to have alcohol to have fun? Well, you don't have to have running shoes to run, but it sure frickin' helps.